Police have arrested 30 people today following climate change protests on one of the busiest streets in Sydney's CBD. Nicole Chettle has more from the protests on George Street.
There's been certainly a couple of hundred people here, but they are making an impact at the intersection of George Street and Harris Street near Central Station in the city. This demonstration began at Belmore Park. You can hear the protesters around me, and we've seen many arrests of people of all ages really who have put themselves on the road, in many cases lying on this road, and refused to move when asked to by police. You can see this happening around us at the moment. The protest does appear to be peaceful but very noisy and involves people who are very concerned about climate change, and they want the government to take immediate action. I'm joined now by Ellie Baxter, who is a spokesperson for the group Extinction Rebellion, who are putting on this protest today. Ellie, why?
Our governments have stubbornly refused to step up and take action on the climate and ecological emergency that we are facing. We have lobbied, we have protested, we have signed petitions for decades, and it's gotten to the point where we're approaching the point of no return. And we at Extinction Rebellion feel that our only option is to cause disruption and to enact civil disobedience in the hopes that the governments will finally listen.
There have been a number of arrests today too.
Yeah, there have been a number of arrests. There are a number of people who feel so passionately about this crisis that they are willing to sacrifice their personal liberty to bring attention to the cause.
So what's your message then to the federal government? I believe you have some quite specific demands.
We do. We have 3 specific demands. Our first demand is that they tell the truth to the community and declare a climate emergency. Many countries over the world have already declared a climate emergency. 50 local councils throughout Australia have declared a climate emergency. We need the state and federal governments to step up and do the same. Our second demand is that they act now to reduce carbon emissions, and we would like to see a move to a net carbon zero economy by 2025. And our third demand is for a people's assembly, which would be assembled as a representative body of the people, by the people, no vested interests, that would choose the best way to move forward into this transition to a carbon neutral economy.
And Ellie Baxter, what would you say to people who may be concerned or even angry about this type of disruption in the city that could be affecting their businesses or movement around one of the busiest parts of the CBD?
We absolutely apologise to people who are personally inconvenienced by our disruption. We don't want to be here. Let me make that very clear. We are here because we see no other choice. We see no other way forward, and we genuinely apologise to people who have been inconvenienced. But this level of disruption is nothing compared to what we expect to face in the future due to the climate and ecological emergency.
Ellie Baxter there, and of course this is the beginning of what promises to be a week of protests against climate change. So far in Sydney I can't see any evidence of violence. Let's hope it stays that way, but what I can tell you there is that there are hundreds of people very passionate about wanting action on climate change here in Sydney, and it's likely to be some time before this very busy intersection is cleared.